gotta light that thing of shame. So with her
Shame.
soap.
Yeah.
Shame cigar, you gotta smoke there.
To make me feel better.
Yeah.
So I picked this movie today, random pick. 1977, The Incredible Melting Man.
He was incredible.
It's so incredible.
I mean, he got to get his Saturn in back. That's what I figured.
I guess he did, yeah. I suppose that is what happened.
He didn't look all amazed though when he was up there. He's like, it's beautiful.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
He wasn't even that excited.
Yeah, so these astronauts, his name is
Steve.
Oh,
they don't let you forget that in the second
astronaut.
half. Yeah.
So it's him and two others, and they go to Saturn, and I don't know, they see something.
I could have swore it was like you could see the sun's rays through Saturn's rings.
Yeah.
Something happened. Radiation happened. It killed the other two, but Steve survived.
Yeah, he gets back to Earth, and we see him. He's all wrapped up in bandages in this hospital.
I love the notepad, just big letters. Radiation.
And you got two doctors.
Got Dr. James and Dr. Ted.
Yeah.
Ted Nelson, I think is his name.
Chubby nurse.
Yes.
Now, the beginning of this movie really gave me a lot of hope for this movie because it's pretty funny. Like, he wakes up, only the nurse is there. He wakes up and just immediately goes crazy. He starts wrecking shit.
I'm going to murder this nurse.
He looks at himself in the mirror and just freaks out because his face is melted. He pulls his bandages off and he's got a melting face.
He's got
his hands are melting.
Everything's melting. He said, I'm going to murder this nurse. This nurse said, fuck that. I'm going to run down this hallway.
There's this long, slow motion, frame by frame of this fat nurse running down this empty, long hallway toward the camera. It's so artistic. And then she just runs through a glass door.
Instead of opening the door, just
crashes through it. It's very funny.
Keeps running.
Yeah.
And then she gets murdered. Half her face is eaten off.
He catches her and eats half of her face, which we don't really see.
See, like, some teeth?
Yeah, we see them looking at her body later, and they already immediately know
what is happening, like, what caused it.
Steve's cells are deteriorating, so he needs to eat people to keep his cells going.
But he's not going to remember certain things. He's going to come and go.
But yeah, he'll have some memories of himself.
General Perry, the next character that they call.
Yeah, so you have these two doctor dudes, and then you have the general.
Yeah.
And they're literally the only ones involved in this fucking thing. It's
nobody else.
He's like, you can tell no one.
Yeah. Hey, General. Steve ran off.
Hey, he ran off.
Yeah.
And we already know everything that's going on with him.
Yeah, immediately. Yeah, it's radiation from space.
And he's just dripping everywhere.
Happens.
He's super goopy.
We gotta catch him.
So that is a good thing in this movie is the special effects with Steve.
When you have him. When you have him doing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's very good. You know, it's a good drippy, goopy guy. And I can't remember the guy's name, but the guy that did the special effects has literally done everything.
I think it was Rick Baker.
Rick Baker. He did Men in Black. Harry, like you said, Harry and the Hendersons.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Nutty Professor. He's done it's a long, long list. And he's won all awards and all this shit. But so Steve, you know, he's a good drippy monster. The fucking problem is he just wanders around and doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he just wanders. That's all he does.
He's out in he's in the woods, he's in the desert.
He just looks up and finds some people. First dude was a fly fisherman.
And that was kind of good. Like, he kills the fisherman, and you just see him throw his head into the river.
Yeah.
This little stream, and then his head's bobbing down.
They fall it down the waterfall.
Goes down a waterfall.
It's nice and artistic.
Yeah, and then the head falls down, and it hits on a rock, and it like breaks open. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's just Drippy Steve just running around, literally just looking at stuff, and it's just constantly, okay, look, you can see the goo he's leaving behind.
He's leaving goo. He loses his ear from the goopiness.
His eye drips out. That was a good scene.
Yeah.
Like, you see his eye just drip out of his head.
Yeah.
And then you've got the fucking doctor. Now the black guy was like, no, I'm leaving. He's like, I'm gonna go get some sleep. I can't remember his name, but
The dude, he's like, hey, my wife's cooking supper, General, and other doctor. You want to come over? No.
yeah,
I'm just going to go
he
home.
dodged a bullet.
Yeah.
So then we have this, the general guy and this doctor just wandering around trying to find him in this middle of nowhere town.
Yeah.
You don't even see a town. There's just woods and a couple houses.
Yeah, it's a couple of houses out in like desert woods.
Kids
and
playing.
a lemon farm.
Lemon trees.
Where's a lemon farm? Is it out west? I feel like it would be out west.
Either west or south, Florida.
Yeah.
You know.
Florida. I
California.
didn't think about that. Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, you don't see any kids die.
you don't really see any deaths,
Yeah.
really.
It's all after the fact.
Yeah, they don't really show much.
Wonder why.
Like, they could have at least showed him mauling, just running up and biting somebody's
swinging.
face,
Yeah.
or doing something.
Well, yeah, you seen him bite one person's face, and that was General Perry.
Yeah, kind
His
of for a
turkey leg.
second.
Yeah, for a
it's
second.
just. What are some good points? Good points.
Towards the end.
We get toward the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, toward the end when they're. Ted has got Steve cornered up in this industrial place, and then there's two cops, and one of the cops
After yelling Steve a million times. I wouldn't even say yelling, just saying Steve, it's me.
one of the guys gets thrown off the side. He falls into some power lines and explodes.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
A lot of blue sparks and stuff. That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was a cool scene. But yeah, they kept yelling Steve. They're saying Steve a million times. But
Yeah, he's so the Ted is falling. He's about to fall from the building, and he just keeps saying, Steve, help me.
Steve, help me.
So finally, the dripping man, melting man, it's like he remembers something and he helps him up.
With his one DPR.
Yeah, because the one woman did chop his arm off.
Yeah.
That was another better scene where something sort of happened.
Yeah.
But so then he's up there with Steve, and they're sort of okay, now we're cool. And then the two security guys come up, and they're just freaking out. They have their guns.
What's going on here? It's all right. I'm a doctor.
Ted's my name is Ted Nelson. Please, I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor. And he just fucking shoots him in the face. It's in the neck and then in the face. That's our main character. And then,
No reason.
yeah,
He says his name and then he dies.
yeah. And then Melting Man kills those two guys.
Out
And
of
then
rage.
he wanders off and drips himself to death. He just sits down and melts.
Yeah.
Melts.
I feel like they were trying to go to be more of an art piece than horror for some reason.
Well, yeah, they're trying to make you feel oh, this is a sympathetic monster. It's just really sad. And I think there are ways they could do that, but the thing is, all he does is walk around slowly and drip on stuff. It's literally all he does.
Yeah.
There's one time where he's looking at himself in the reflection
in
of the water.
He gets mad.
Yeah, but and sometimes he'll have you'll hear his voice from where he's when he was on the thing,
the countdown.
yeah,
stuff.
he's remembering it. But it's just a whole bunch of wasted potential.
It is. It's there's several scenes that are just so long and drawn out. Like the one where Goopy Man is staring at the dude's house.
Yeah.
It's a back and forth between him staring at the house
The
and
wife's
then
in the
the
house,
wife's
he's staring
knitting.
at the house.
And it's 30 seconds each time, and it goes 5-6
Yeah.
times. I'm like, what?
We fucking got it.
We already got it. You're at the house.
And then he literally just approaches the window and looks in.
And he'll occasionally do this. Just
Yeah.
dancing. It's almost as if Michael J. Fox was that man.
Michael J.
He filled in because with the one arm.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox likes to do this one in his pants. And you want to go to scores on this?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Talking about this movie is depressing me.
I want to give it a 2. There was a couple moments in it that was good. Just a lot of missed chances, a lot of wasted time. It's just, I did like the fact that they kind of got straight to the point of, yeah, we got to go find this dude. He's crazy, but I feel like they're just missed opportunities for killings.
Yeah.
Cut out all the dragged out scenes of the back and forth, but just do the zombie just biting people. You could do that. Human Man just biting people. Go off to something else and do a cutaway of him like behind him at his feet, the body kind of twitching type thing.
Yeah,
and
so many
have
different
some
things.
goofy stuff.
There's so many things they could do with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you too. 2 out of 5. In all your points, I agree. Like there's so many more things they could have done rather than just have him walk. Like, because literally, it's just him walking around in nothingness. Like he's not even in town, in the city. Because they say early on, like, oh, he needs to eat people to keep going.
Because he's losing human cells.
Yeah.
And he gets it back by
But then he wanders off in the middle of nowhere. That's not where the people are.
No.
Go into town and eat a bunch of people. I mean, it's just, maybe it's just like budget constraints and like, oh, we can't complicate this with a bunch of different actors and something like,
Yeah. But still, even with what you got, show us some kind of kills, I guess. Not the heavy breathing and then later on, oh, they're dead.
Yeah. They didn't even show the kills they did. So, yeah I agree. 2 out of 5. The Incredible Melting Man.
Oh, Melty Man. Steve
the Melting Man.
Steve.
Old
Steve.
Drippy.
It's me, Steve.
Listen, Steve. You remember me.
You remember me, Steve.
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 Steve.